So the One Piece remake does have good positive comments, but also negative bad comments about it. But the thing is, the trailer is here after 3 years of wait. We've had this information 3 years. That's crazy, but I want to be excited. I really want to, and I am excited in general. Like, that's a huge thing. Like, after 3 years, finally getting something. But there's something that worries me, and one piece of news is in particular breaks my heart, and let's talk about it. So what is that? What is it? In June 24, 2026, Netflix drops the very first teaser, the actual teaser, let's say, for the One Piece, and the Wit Studio remake is starting from scratch with the East Blue Saga. I brought you some informations in that last video, and I would definitely check it out because it has more than only informations. But it is totally separate from Toei anime, which is 25 years and has more than 1000 episodes. We know that season 1 will have 7 episodes, and it's gonna release in February 2027, with the goals being, of course, a faster pacing and a more modern animation with no filler, and an anime that is manga faithful. We have Oda's own words. One Piece has grown so long that new audiences cannot feel that same excitement to all that old animation. They need a new thing, because for old generation that's good, but for the new generation they kind of feel a certain hesitation towards those old styles, because they are used to Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dun Dun Dun, Chainsaw Man and all that stuff. So going from that to an old style is a quite big thing. So on paper it does sound incredible, right? But in reality, let's dig in. The good things are that we have 3D environments. They look really beautiful in the trailer. Like, they can do 3D really well. They really improved at it. We have animation talents. Ken Imaizumi from Boruto. We have Shuhei Fukuda from My Hero Academia. And we have also the main animator, whose name is Taisei Kudo. He's a character acting specialist. And we also have the composer, Yuki Hayashi. Have you ever heard about him? He's from Haikyuu, from My Hero Academia. So he's a really good guy. Like, he knows what he's doing. And he's a definitely good addition to One Piece. And another thing is that it will be manga faithful, like I said the goal was. You know, the Scar origin that was clearly showed in the manga but not in the anime. They did show it in the anime, but it was years later, so they're probably going to include that, just as an example of them being faithful to the manga. So I would also assume they're gonna start with Luffy's past instead of him already mid-action against Alvida. And the trailer itself, it is good, like, shows good stuff. Roger's execution, we have Shanks giving Luffy his straw hat. That scene of Luffy crying, God, what a scene, so much better than in the end. And then we have also Luffy versus Alvida. You can see the love for the original material, and it is incredible, the fact that they reanimated from scratch. It is so good. But now we get to the interesting part, at least for some. Some things that people are angry about. We have not everyone agreeing with that remake, which is completely fine because you cannot make everyone happy, right? But the first complaint is about the CGI. Yes, the very first shot in the trailer, you can see that it's made with CGI, which a lot of people would say it is a terrible trailer editing decision. There are some people who are 2D only, and it's understandable, that's their preference. So 2D only people immediately kind of tuned out. They were like, 3D, really? So that first impression, you poison. But the CGI, it's background on. All characters and creatures are basically 2D. The thing is more about it being a bad editing decision than anything else, I would say. Me personally, I like when it's more 2D, but if there is a 3D, I won't like scream or cry because of that. But I'm more towards 2D. If you looked through 2D, you'd definitely be better. For me, 3D is more like game-ish. Second complaint, Nami's redesign. Fans expected the pre-time skip Nami, who is innocent and charming and has that interesting look, but Nami looks a little more like the Nami we know from post-time skip. Her eyes look kinda post-time skip, they are too large. They're complaining more about her face than necessarily her clothes. And I would say that's kinda fair because her eyes are really different. It's noticeable. The original East Blue Nami, it had softer and more understated design, but this one is kinda in the middle ground where it's not really East Blue, but not totally post-time skip. It's kinda none of those, but it's more towards post-time skip than pre-time skip. But me personally, I like it. I like that design. That's a complaint, that doesn't mean it's bad. Like I said, people have their own opinions. Then we have the skin tone changes, and that is a little bit more interesting, let's say. We see Axe Hand Morgan's skin is lighter in this remake. Characters in general look whiter in the original anime, but this is how Oda kinda did in the post-time skip. He made the characters look whiter, and I personally liked it more when it had diversity in skin tones. I wish Usopp, for example, he was darker in the anime in general. Not necessarily black, but just darker, you see. Robin as well, it's fine if she's kind of white, but I liked her a little darker tone in the beginning of Alabasta. And it makes sense because characters are living basically under the sun, so they're getting sunlight every time. So they should be darker skinned. It doesn't make sense for everyone to be like huge white skin. No, it doesn't make sense because they're under the sun. They should be more tanned and darker in general. For Usopp, I do like how he looks like. It's not as white as it was in the remake designs and arts they were posting out there before the teaser, but still kinda is not ideal, let's say. I wish it was a little more, but for new people, newcomers, it doesn't make a huge difference. Like, they're not gonna even notice that. It's more a problem that OG fans would look at, but others, they don't necessarily care that much, especially if they're just starting out. Care about the story, about everything around, and that's just a small detail. The AI, it's not like specific, but some parts they might say it's kind of AI generated or look like they were helped by AI, which is fine. Like, nowadays it is a real concern because AI is so easy, right? But I don't think AI is that powerful yet to make stuff so good, you see, because you see sometimes 2D characters in some 3D backgrounds which may seem a little off, but that's fine. It's just like them doing the work they want to do. But it's also a concern because Wit Studio has used AI. They have used AI already, so it is understandable for fans to think that. The CEO already confirmed there is no AI in this. Now, if you stick to this video till this part, I'm gonna tell something very interesting that breaks my heart, and I'm gonna reward you because you stay until this part. And it is a very interesting discussion because we need to talk about Mayumi Tanaka. You see, about the other stuff, I was like, hey, yeah, I know what the fans are saying, and some of the stuff really makes sense, and there is something I didn't tell yet, which will be another thing. But if we focus on Mayumi Tanaka, who is she? You probably saw her in the thumbnail. She is a 71 years old woman, and she's the voice of Luffy since 1999. Freaking 27 years non-stop. For an entire generation, her voice is Luffy. She's inseparable from the character. And you see, what happened behind the scenes of that remake is very interesting because she was saying to the production for them to find another voice actor because she's old. She needs to retire, dude. 71 years old. She has to retire someday. She wanted to pass the hat, like the straw hat, like Shanks did to Luffy, because of her age, of her health, and that's just a practical logic, you see. You're rebooting the whole anime, doing a whole remake for the new generation. She's from the old generation, like Whitebeard was from the old age generation. He had to basically die, and then new people would come. The same for Kaido and Big Mom. So her time is now, you see. I would definitely keep her till the end of the actual original One Piece. But that remake, it is probably set to last for longer than the actual One Piece anime itself. Like, it's probably gonna end much later than the actual anime, as the live action is gonna probably end as well. I don't know how long One Piece anime is gonna last, but it does seem we're kind of going towards the end, and then them insisting on the same dub again is good. That's amazing, but I would definitely take another voice for Luffy, because we don't know what is gonna happen with One Piece. Imagine Eiichiro Oda dies today, like Akira Toriyama did for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball still lives on now. The same for One Piece. She won't be here forever. They would have to find someone else for, and finding someone else now would be a good idea. But I also get their point. They want to get the fans' approval, so if they switch the voice actor, then that might cause some problems, you see, because the fans might get angry. Fans might be, hey, why'd you guys change? And etc. They might not approve the new person. So if she actually went to say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't care if I don't get any money anymore, I just want to retire now, and that's it. They can't do anything. They can't force her to work. So they would have a good excuse to find someone else. Or if she passed away, the same. So I am saying that they probably want to insist with her until she's done. And when she's done, then they will find someone else. But the problem is, since you guys are doing the remake, every new generation that comes and watches it, if there is no second remake, because of course One Piece is gonna last very long, and in the sense of, even when it's done, people are still gonna talk about it, still gonna wanna watch it for a very long time. So I'm not surprised if, like, in 2060 they do another remake of One Piece, a whole remake with another animation technology and etc., which is fine as well, and there with another dub and etc. So I don't know what's in their heads. That's fine, but I personally would have taken another dub, because let her finish One Piece like it is, and that's it. Let's just find another dub to start it all over again, and that's it. I don't know if they're gonna have that remake until post time skip, like they're just gonna reanimate the whole pre-time skip so that it looks more modern, but then the post time skip, they're gonna let it like that. For example, I don't think they need to reanimate One War. I don't think they need to change Egghead arc. If they change Egghead arc, how can they change Egghead arc? Bro, there is nothing they can do to make Egghead arc even better. Of course, they can do the beautiful background and scenery and stuff, but bro, the animation, Luffy versus Rob Lucci, bro, that was crazy, bro. So I don't know what's in their heads, but let's see what they will do. That is one thing. And her official statement about that is really gracious. You see, she says that she found a fresh feeling once in the booth and enjoyed it. And she's a professional, and she's definitely a legend. But there's still that fact that remains, man. She asked to step back and they insisted on her. So if she asks for them to find a new person, is that she knows that her time is gonna come to retire, of course. And we have precedents that exist. Fruit Basket remake, their new cast. Keroro 2026 reboot, again a new cast, and then maybe other remakes as well. So a new cast, a fresh cast, is not disrespect, it's just a new chapter. She will probably not be there for the whole story of One Piece. Imagine Arlong Park, then Alabasta, then Enies Lobby, and then all the way to Marineford. Man, it's just too much. Just too much. I mean, if she wants to work till like she's 85 or so, then on her. I'm not against it. I like her voice, but for her own health and sake, it would be probably better for her to retire and just focus on the current one. Why give her more work to do? Just let her enjoy life. Of course, they probably gave her more money, because I'm pretty sure. So money, people love, right? So I'm just showing my concern for her, because she's probably a great person and I want her to be happy doing it. But if they see that she is still there doing it, they will probably use her skills more, because even though it's more jarring having that change later, if they have a very good excuse, fans will not be able to say anything against it. And there is another problem. It is the run. The run time, it may gut the early story. What I mean is, they have freaking 7 episodes for 50 manga chapters. I know each episode is like 40-45 minutes, so it would be technically 14 episodes. But if you actually watch the East Blue, do you see a lot of fillers there? Do you see a lot of stuff that is really unnecessary? The pacing of the East Blue saga is already great, man. Honestly, compared to other sagas, it's just great. Like they keep a fast pace. For example, in Baratier and Syrup Village, stuff really goes fast. Like it's like less than 10 episodes and it's over. Like nowadays, 10 episodes is nothing, but it's fine. But before, at that time, 10 episodes, it was a lot of. They knew how to put everything in a short period of time. But now you see, right? It's a lot. So the risk here is a risk of them rushing it. I hope not, but there is a risk of them rushing the whole thing. And another thing, you guys see on the arts, on designs they were posting before that teaser, it is very different from what it actually looks like. I thought it would be very different. I thought it would look a little more like it was actually drawn by hand on paper, like more like a drawing animated, which would be very interesting, like a professional drawing that is animated like the old times, but with a modern look and lighting and technology. But it's a little different. It has CGI, 3D, some 2D as well. It is very interesting, but I thought they would change the tone of the things, the saturation, etc., the colors. They did change a lot of stuff in the backgrounds and etc., but it does look different. I don't know why they did it, but if you really pay attention, there's a guy called Mark from Totally Not Mark. He has a good channel, by the way, that's why I'm mentioning his channel. He was talking about the fact that it looks like an OVA of Toei's animation. And it does. If you actually look at it, it does look as Toei's remaster of One Piece, which is very interesting because I thought it would look very different, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope it has a lot of variety, because in the very first scene you see that it looks a certain way, and then in the other scenes it looks a little different. In my opinion, the 3D is not necessary. It's not that much necessary, but it's fine. Like it is well blended with the 2D. That's a huge thing I can say here, is that the 3D looks natural and the 2D, it kind of overlaps, and sometimes it looks like a 2.5D at some time. And I like that. I like that blend of both. But I hope it has a lot of variety, because I want to see a different One Piece from that old style. Because if I want to see that old style, if I want to watch that exact old style, then I go and watch it. That it is available. I can watch it on Netflix and Crunchyroll and wherever else. I want something, if it's a remake, I want something different, a little different, and something interesting that utilizes the lighting, the shadows and everything. For me, that's huge. The lighting, the shadows, and the way it looks. If you see episode 1015, that's such a great episode because of the lighting, the way they use the colors, the vibrant colors. Man, dude, that episode, I'm gonna do a video about episode 1015 if I haven't done it already. I don't know when you're watching this, but subscribe to my channel. I have so much good stuff to show to you guys about One Piece. I could be doing other anime. I might do other anime. If you guys want me to do another anime, just comment below. But right now I'm focused on One Piece. I'm not on the results I want yet. I don't have thousands of subscribers yet, but I'm sure that situation will change, and you can help me in that journey. And I am here. You can join me, and we are gonna do great stuff together. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope One Piece, that remake, makes everything much better for you and for the new viewers. Yes, another thing is, if you want new people, your friends or family members or anyone you know, to watch One Piece with the remake or without the remake, watch that video that I'm gonna post soon about the 5 episodes people should watch in one. 5 episodes you should show to your friend to convince him to watch, and there will be no major spoilers about the anime, so your friend will actually want to watch One Piece. And if you also mention the remake, then your friend will be even more motivated to do it. So I'm sure if you do it, it will be nice, because your friend will be motivated, and then when the friend actually sees that episode again in the remake, it will be even better, because the remake will make stuff even more beautiful. See you in the next video. Lord bless you, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope your life is filled with happiness. I am so happy because I have Jesus Christ. Do you have that source of happiness with you? Jesus is my source of happiness, and he can be yours too. Think about that. You just have to give him a chance. See you. Peace.